Welcome back to my channel. My name is Matiasa and I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today is like April 21st. Oh my god, it is the end of April damn near, and I hope you guys all looked within yourself and, you know, figured out who you truly really are. Because when we go back into society after this quarantine, I hope you all live your best lives and become the best versions of yourself, okay? So I hope you guys have been working on your shadow work and breaking bad habits, building new habits, and doing all that good stuff. For me, I've been trying to wake up early, trying to go to sleep on time. That is the biggest struggle, honestly. And then also eating right and working out, which I have been doing pretty good these past almost 21 days, okay? So today I am going to be talking about how I manifested my dream apartment downtown Denver, and I didn't even know that I was going to even live downtown. My very first apartment was downtown Denver, and I did it all on my own, basically. So I remember I was 19 years old, and when I was 19, I was in college and living my life and doing whatever I wanted to do. During this time, I didn't have the best relationship with my mom. We would fight a lot. We were basically getting gentrified out of our house. Our landlord sold our house, and we had about 30 days to move out, and we lived in a hotel for a month, and it was good times. Like, I didn't even like think of it in a bad way at all. I just thought it was just a stepping stone, because we did find a place, but it wasn't ready yet, so we had to wait. So we had to live in the hotel for it to be ready, okay? So during that time, things were changing, things were shifting. We didn't get a lot of help from people that we suspected help from. We were all on our own and basically surviving by ourselves. So it was me, my little sister, and my mom. We all lived together. We all shared a one bedroom. It was one bedroom. It was probably like the size of my room here. It's probably a little bit bigger, but there was like a small kitchen, a small refrigerator, two full-size beds, a bathroom, and that's it. And we all shared that for a month, and then we moved into the apartment my mom lives in now. So during this time, I was working. I didn't have much money, and I was not worried about, you know, anything else except living my life and doing the best that I can with the things that I have. I'm very resourceful. So I remember when I was 19, I basically told myself, by the time that I'm 23, and if I'm still living with my mother, then that's a problem. Okay, that is a problem. I have to do something. I have to make a move. I have to be bold. I have to take a risk. I have to make more money. And I didn't know how I was gonna do that, because when I was 20, I dropped out of college, and the narrative is that you'll make a lot of money when you get a college degree. You'll find a job, you'll make your money, you'll have a retirement fund, you'll have all these good things, right? Well, I decided to stop my schooling and just work, okay? So fast forward to 2017. 2017, I got my leasing job, and I manifested that as well. I feel like that whole year I was manifesting better things in my life. I quit my job abruptly because they scheduled me 3 days after they just worked me 6 days, and I had 2 doubles that week. So I was working my ass off after being injured for a month for those straight 6 days straight. And then they said they want to take it easy on me and work me 3 days. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm okay. I could walk. I'm not hurt. Everything's good. I'm back on my feet. I need to make this money. And they had disrespected me because I don't know who they thought they was. I know there was more people that they hired, but look, I feel like I'm a priority here and I've given you a lot of success in this restaurant, so I'm just gonna quit because I'm worth more than that. So I quit, and then I decided to sell newspapers in King Soopers. If you haven't already checked out my video, go ahead and click, I think it's this one. Go ahead and click that I and watch what happened to me after I quit my job, or like a little story time on my career as a working lady. Okay, so I quit, started selling newspapers for like literally 2 weeks, made like $800, paid my bills with that, and then I manifested a job at BB. I actually left that part out in the quitting job video. I left out BB. BB was such a essential part of the story. It's the glue of the story. BB was shutting down, and I walked in there because I just turned in an application to MAC in the Cherry Creek Mall. And of course, MAC is bougie, so they didn't hire me. Although I turned in my application looking fierce, looking fly with a cut crease, and my hair was looking bomb. Okay, I was feeling myself that day, and they didn't hire me. So I walked into BB because it said help wanted. The store was closing down, and I was like, you know what? Let me just figure this out. Let's see what they say. So I walked in there, the lady gives me the application. I turn it in the next day. We have an interview. Then she hires me. Boom, I start working that Sunday or that Monday. And that is basically one of the jobs that the universe granted me with and blessed me with, so that I can get up on my feet and make money and figure out what I'm gonna do next. So that job ends, and then maybe a week, I would say like a week passes, and I'm begging my mom for this email so that I could be a temp agent with Career Strategies, which is a leasing slash maintenance slash other temporary positions agency. So she gives me the email, I email Olivia, she hits me back, I get the job. I'm assigned at the downtown Denver apartment, and I did such a great job. I proved myself to the manager there. She loved me and I loved her. Shout out to you, Debbie. You're amazing, and I wish that you were still my manager because I loved you. She let me drink wine with the residents, okay, because we were off the clock and it was like Friday. It was like 8 p.m. like, of course we're gonna drink wine with you guys. So she was amazing, and she was like, look, there's candidates trying to apply for this job. All of the other temp agents that you've worked with are trying to apply for this job. And let me tell you, being a temp agent and working with other temp agents my age, of all different backgrounds, races, ethnicities, genders, was so fun. And it was just so like professional on my behalf, but everybody else was like hella messy, so it made my job go by so fast, and it was so fun being a temp agent and just being young and making money and doing whatever you want to do. So then I'm like, oh my god, let me just apply for this job because I really need a job, like, because I was like, look, I really want other experience at other communities, but I was like, this is downtown. It's literally only 1.5 miles away from where I live with my mom. Let me just apply for this job. Debbie really likes me. Like, I'm probably gonna get it. I'm probably gonna get the job. So I applied for the job, and then they have me do a background search, and then they had me do like a pee test and stuff like that, urine analysis, and then boom, I got the job. So a month and some change go by, and I'm working full-time at the downtown Denver apartment. And I love that downtown Denver apartment. I swear I would still live there, but in the 3-bedroom penthouse upstairs, because it has the best view. It has a washer and dryer, the kitchen's huge, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, I started working there, and then at this time I'm like, let me save my money. I kind of buckled down, I settled down. I was like, I'm not gonna go out as much, I'm not gonna hang out with my friends as much because I really need to put my life in order. I don't want to live with my mom anymore. She stresses me out. Because at this point our relationship got better after my injury, so I just made the most of it and stopped reacting to my mother, because she goes from 0 to 100 super quick, and I'm very chill, I'm very laid back. Not a lot of people get to me, like I don't get offended easily, and I just let people be them. But when it comes to my family and they're like attacking me, it hurts and I gotta say something. So I decided to be the bigger person and just open my heart and love her, because she's been through some stuff and I don't blame her for being the way she is. So I wanted to make my life easy and I wanted to make her life easy as well. So yeah, we had a better relationship, but I still wanted to move out. But my mom would always threaten me like, oh my God, if you move out, then my rent is gonna go up, because we were on Section 8. And she would be very manipulative and tell me like, hey, like this is gonna happen to me if you do this and make more money, and if you get off of my lease, then Section 8 is going to make me pay more, and this, that, and the other. So I was like, basically I had to choose between my mother and my freedom, okay? And I was like, look, I am a grown woman and I can't live with you forever. I can't live off the government forever. You know, some people who have Section 8, I think it's a great thing for you temporarily, but don't let it control your life. Don't do it. You gotta be better. You gotta manifest better things in your life. You have to work harder so you won't have to depend on government, okay? Like I said, it's not a bad thing. Just try to make it temporary. So December comes and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I need to, like, it's about to be the new year. It's about to be 2018. I want to move out. So December comes and I take my sister to tour this apartment off of Leetsdale, and the apartment, oh gosh, I don't even remember the name, but I remember my friend Sarah's friend lived in this apartment complex and I actually really liked it. The location was suitable, the price was right, so I went and toured and I actually really liked it. They didn't have washers and dryers in their units, but that was not a problem for me. I just wanted to get out of my mom's house and pay a reasonable price for the apartment. So I applied there, and unfortunately they denied me because of my credit. So I got my money back for the application fees and stuff, and I basically went into work. And what I used to do was I used to work half days, and I believe it was a Tuesday that, was it a Tuesday? Honestly, it was like a Thursday, I think. It was a Thursday that I came in because I got off of work on a Tuesday, went to tour, then Wednesday had a day off. So I went back to work on Thursday and I noticed this apartment was on the market. And I noticed this apartment was only $1,095. And I was like, is it okay if I apply for this apartment? I asked the assistant manager. She was like, yeah, I mean, you've been working here for more than 90 days. You're qualified to live here on a discount. So I said, say no more. So I immediately applied for the apartment. She held it for me. And then the corporate office reviewed the application and they accepted me within a few days. So I was elated, I was so excited, and I didn't even realize that my dreams were coming true. I didn't realize that my long life dream of living downtown was happening. And even with the job, I didn't realize that I was gonna be working downtown and living downtown and in the same building. So it was honestly the best thing that had happened to me in a very long time, because life is crazy. And that one thing, that job and that apartment changed my life, okay? So moving forward, March 1st, 2018, I moved into my dream apartment. It was a 640 square foot apartment. It had big, beautiful windows. If I could find pictures of my apartment or videos of my apartment, I'll insert them here so you can see the beauty of my apartment and how blessed I was. It didn't have a washer and dryer, which was fine, but for me to live downtown at my first apartment on the 26th floor with a gorgeous view of the sunset and the mountains in downtown Denver was the biggest blessing, was one of the biggest blessings that I was granted from the universe. And I manifested it because what I did was I set out a goal when I was 19 to move out of my mom's house and to also be making enough money to afford an apartment and for it to be downtown, because I love downtown. Like, I love any downtown. Downtown, I love it so much. Although times are changing and I think it's really important that we all own property in a rural area and cultivate life there, I still love downtown. And I will live in a penthouse downtown. Again, whether it's in Houston, whether it's in New York, LA, I'm living in a penthouse downtown one day, even if it's Denver. I'm doing it, okay? So I lived there from March 1st, 2018 to this year, January 31st, 2020. And I've made amazing memories at that apartment complex, beautiful connections. I had amazing neighbors and tenants. I loved my job until I decided to challenge myself and push myself to do something better with my life and to manifest something bigger than what I did before. So I'm on that journey now, but I love that apartment so much. And if you guys are looking for a really good apartment, go to the apartments at Denver Place. That's the apartment complex I lived at and worked at downtown. They're amazing and they have a beautiful staff there. I love all my former coworkers. They're beautiful women. The maintenance staff is amazing. They will take care of you, okay? So that's pretty much how I manifested my apartment, and I can't believe I lived there. I really can't. It's something that, I don't know, my life seems like it's out of a book or a fairy tale to me, and what I've accomplished and what I've manifested and how much faith I have in myself and belief I have in myself and this world for me to get the things that I desire, get the things that I dream of. Even, for example, I deliberately, this is another little small story. I deliberately, okay, so what happened was, let me tell you. What happened was my car broke down. I finally paid it off in August last year. It broke down in October, like the very last week of October or somewhere in November, okay? My car broke down. The radiator was messing up. It was breaking down almost every single day, on and off. I even replaced the radiator, and basically it decided to die. It just decided to die. And the day that it passed away, the day Crystal is my first car, sorry. Goldie. The day Goldie decided to not function anymore, I was test driving it. My friend and I, we were test driving it, and he said, it seems okay, you should be able to go to the grocery store, do whatever you gotta do. So I go to the gas station, fill up the car, fill it up. It was like $40-something, and then I noticed it was overheating. And I drive it around and I'm freaking out. I'm calling my mom and I'm like, look mom, this car, I thought it was going to do good. I keep putting coolant in it. Everything that I'm doing right, it's going wrong. So although my car kept breaking down, I kept putting coolant in it. I kept making sure that there was fluid in my car. The radiator was just replaced. the fan was replaced, everything was replaced. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drive it to the mechanic that my mom trusts. And this mechanic was all the way on to 78th and Federal. So I'm tugging my car all the way to 78th and Federal from literally the Greyhound station, because that's where I lived over there. I'm tugging my car all the way to 78th and Federal, okay? And as soon as I turn in, like, there was a big hill to go up, okay? And my car just kept going slower and slower and slower, and I'm like, just please make it, just please make it. I don't have time to be stranded here. I need to make it. I need to make it. I don't have time for this. I will get stranded if I don't believe in my car. And every time my car broke down, I believed in my car. I had faith in my car that I would not be stranded or anything. And I never was stranded. It kicked into gear and it took me to places safely. So as soon as I turned into this mechanic, which shared a parking lot with a strip club, my car dies. So there was a bunch of guys who were working in the parking lot at the strip club, because the mechanics are right behind the strip club, but they shared the parking lot. They pushed my car all the way to the maintenance shop, the mechanic shop. And then I said, hey, can you look at my car? Let me know what I need to do. I just got the radiator replaced, this, that, and the other. So then my mom calls me, and I call my mom, she picks me up. I'm crying and I'm freaking out. We go to this nasty ass diner, and then I just go home. And basically, in the next day or two, they tell me that my car cannot be fixed and it's the engine that needs to be replaced, and that's gonna cost me $1,000-something. So I said to myself that I would rather get a new car. So I went to the dealership that I purchased the car from, my first two cars from. I went to the dealership, but before I went to the dealership, I made it a definite thing in my head, and I projected it to myself and to other people. I was definitely going to go to the auto shop where I got my car and tell him that I cannot put down a down payment and I need a car ASAP, but I will pay you your monthly fees, because I paid off 2 cars with them already. So I was like, I need a car today, and I cannot put it down, no down payment at all. I just need you to give me a car. And I went there, he gave me a car the next day, and basically I manifested my car that I have now. And I commanded the universe, I asked the universe, and I made it a definite plan for me to get a car and for me not to pay for the car up front. So that's what happened, and I manifested my car. So those are just a couple things that I manifested and asked the universe to help me with. Some things were in the back of my mind, some things happened quickly, but all I'm saying is law of attraction works, manifesting works, believing in yourself, having faith works. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.